All right, everybody. This is another segment of the Military Monday. Yeah, I don't know why I said it like that, but whatever. It's all together.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
you. Like it's what Macho Man Randy said. You.
You.
Military Mondays. We're back again, sons of bitches. Oh, it's like
Well, I mean, you could go legit with military and you could have your like ho ho, or
I
your
know, but
hoo-ahs and your all the different branches and their respective, grunts and
you know
growls.
what? That you know what? That's a great thing to do for like yeah, I should do that for like in the future for like 2025. Just be make it specifically military to have all this shit in there.
Right?
Anyways, as you know, it's Military Mondays, as you can just see with my guest Stacy Raske or
Rasky.
Raske with a
Thank
whole
you.
bunch of E's.
You remembered my assonance
Yeah,
example. It's like they
Raske. I don't
just
know
rhyme.
exactly with a whole bunch of E's. But before we get into who Stacy Raske is, because she's very important, let me tell you, she knows her stuff. I know this. How? Because I'm fucking awesome. But anyways, some of you who are listening to this or watching this, you know some things. You may not know some things about me. I do some things like I don't know, help people out with financial literacy. That it also involves helping them out or educating them on credit, some business credit, coaching as well is very important. If you like help in any one of those areas, you can book a free call with me at I'm sorry, go straight to my calendar. But go by going to the link speakwithmatt.info. Again, speakwithmatt.info. No need to put in triple W. It'll take you directly right to my calendar. And then this episode is also sponsored by Born to Risk, which I'm a co-author of, one of 40 people. If you like a copy, let me know, reach out to me, and all the proceeds go to some veteran organizations. So it's going to do some good stuff, some good in this world. With that being said, I'd like to introduce Stacy Raske, who's smart. She knows her marketing. She served in the military. I think she served in the. Would you serve in the army, man?
Army, yeah.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have some problems there. I don't know.
What do you mean problems?
Well, I was in the Marine Corps, but you're Army, but whatever. It's all good though.
At this point, veterans, right?
We're just
We
veterans.
we all we all bleed the same red.
Yeah, there you go. I like that. I like that. I like that. Like we said, let me just unify everybody.
Yeah, we're veterans. Like at some point, it's you grow up and realize we at some point all wrote the same check that was payable to the United States of America that was up to and including your fucking life.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
in itself is just like bam, lay down the gauntlet, right? So it's like siblings. Sure, we can bust each other's balls, like, oh, go play with your crayons and
Right, right,
whatever's,
right, right.
but
End of the day, it's like you're
but
right. You
no.
write that check, and you're like, yeah, I'm not property of U.S. government. Oh shit.
Yeah, right. And what that entails to be willing to write that check. And what does that mean for the people who, didn't do that? And do
Yeah,
they honor and respect that commitment?
good points. I didn't think about that. I learned something new today. Great podcast episode over. See you next time. We're done.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. What does Stacey do? Go. I don't care. Reach out to yourself. It's it. That'd be
Ras
a great
wait.
hook.
Rasky out.
Raskia, like, what does she do? Find out. You're done. That's it. I don't even know. He never explained it exactly. That was the whole point. No, but let's start there. Like, what's been your journey? Like, how long do you serve? I think you have a book out, or you have a.
I do.
Okay, let's start there. Like, which journey? Why'd you get in the
Should
army?
we start there? Because
Yeah,
that's
let's
after
start
the
there. Just
military.
saying. Exactly. Like, I'm on your
Well,
email
actually,
list.
so let's talk about this for just a minute. So I will say, for those of you who are interested in really living your purpose and impacting the world in some form or fashion, whether that means entrepreneurship or not, because it doesn't always for everybody. However, you do need to develop your personal brand. And the magic of my personal brand did not happen until I put my book out, because in sharing my story, which was like the most transformative thing I ever did, was being willing to sit in the suck and really look at what has this transformation been? What is this life journey?
Right.
And sharing it in this empowering life lesson way, right? But the key was it was the first time I really owned those parts of my story of being a veteran, being a biker chick, being, this kind of non-traditional female role, always being in these male-dominated environments, from pharmaceutical chemist and biology degree to entrepreneurship and speaking on stages and kind of all these points in between, like the military. But when I owned those parts of my story and really integrated that into my personal brand, it really helped open the doors and the gates to success, because there was this another level of authenticity bringing all of those things to the table, because people will remember, they're going to find that as impactful. And more than anything, when it comes to your personal brand, being so radically authentic and owning your story, because the more you are the narrator of your journey and the you own the story completely, nobody else can write it for you. You take away everyone's bullets. They have zero ammunition when you've already transparently shared the important things that shape your brand and your story. So there
I
you
like
go.
that. There you go. All right. Another mic drop. Pock is over. Go buy her shit.
But it is called Be a Boss and Fire That Bitch, and it is available on Amazon.
Yo, for real, is that the title? I didn't know that was the title, really? Oh,
Yes.
wow. I like
Yes.
that.
Yeah, it's Be a Boss and Fire That Bitch. And it's quiet your inner critic and finally believe you're good enough. Because there's no harder critic in our lives than the one in our head.
Facts. That's very true.
Well, in understanding, like, those of us who have this drive to join the military, as much as it's also a drive towards entrepreneurship, and I see this parallel as well in the entertainment industry, is that we are all escaping a high level of trauma. And we're doing it by taking control of as many of the circumstances as we can. So with the military, for most of us, the reason so many of us have PTSD, regardless of deployment or whatever, is we show up fucked up. Like, we're escaping the instability of childhood. It could be just childhood adversity, could be a big T trauma, but we're escaping poverty and homelessness and abuse or addiction or alcoholism or whatever those things are. So joining the military gives you that beautiful structure and safety. Problem is, it's external. It's given to you. You're given mission, you're given purpose, and you're given community. Three things most of us were lacking before joining the military.
Right.
I know I was. Because I joined at 22. I tried the college thing for a while. I was like, I don't know who I am or what I want to do. This is like wasting time and money. So
You avoided a lot of debt. Oh my God.
I still got a ton of debt.
Oh, okay, never mind. I retract it.
Yeah, no, because I went to college after. I had voc rehab because I got hurt in Iraq. So I got out,
Mm,
medical discharge. They paid vocational rehabilitation. But as a non-traditional student, I still had bills to pay and all of that. And so I was like, well, do I want to work? Oh no, I got loans. I'll just take out loans. But thankfully, with being a disabled veteran, they have programs, that can help with that. So, but what's interesting is it's the same thing with entrepreneurs. 90% of entrepreneurs come from some type of childhood adversity, 75% from big T trauma. And so you see a huge correlation and why so many veterans are actually really successful as entrepreneurs. But the core driver is we had these challenges as kids. And so we have this fire that makes you want to leave the world better and help people and solve problems. And that's such great fuel for impact and purpose.
this has gone very deep.
Hey, when
I'm learning.
you
I'm like,
don't
wow.
show up with a plan, I'm just gonna go
It's
with
fine.
it.
It's fine. This is good. I was like, wow, this is really interesting. Like, and as you're talking, I'm thinking about it from my own experience growing up. Like, I joined the military when I was still in college. So my whole journey was different, but I guess you could say you're right. No, you're right. You're right about the whole trauma thing because we all are unknowingly trying to. Well, some people may know, but unknowingly trying to escape some form of trauma from childhood. What? And for me, it was my thing was my parents' divorce. That was like the key driver into me getting to personal development and all this stuff because it was like I don't want to experience that. How do I prevent that? To then realize, oh, it's within me. What about me? Oh, let me look at my mother and go, well, let me make sure I don't repeat that. And that's where I started in this whole journey. So yeah, it is a driver. You're right in sense of, oh, let me drive this to do this thing and not have to go through that shit again.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. It is. I mean, it's why I have turned my story into becoming that teaching tool, recognizing that none of it's about me. And honestly, none of us are unique or special or different. Everybody's got the same stuff. So it's basically I say, look, the details may be different, but the symptoms are the same. Everybody's struggling with the same doubts, the same fears, the same, core beliefs of somewhere in there not thinking they're good enough to really step into their power and impact.
but my mom told me I was special. How you gonna tell me I'm not special, Stacey? That's just me. Hurts my feelings, my emotions. Okay. Just kidding.
Truth
You're
and
like,
just.
you're like,
Truth and just.
I could see the look in your face. You're like, uh-huh, yeah, I don't care. I know I'm
You
talking
know,
about right. Shut up. Oh my
yeah.
God, fair enough. Gotcha.
Everyone is special when you choose to own your power. That
Mm.
is your special. That is your greatness within. It's not the, oh my God, you're special. Everybody gets a trophy. No, you are a fucking badass here to do epic things in the world when you own all of you. It's just like Marianne Williamson, right? In the statements, like people's core root fear is really stepping into owning their power and light and
Yes.
greatness, not failure. I'm like, I don't know about you, that inner critic has me failing constantly because I never reached that standard.
Yeah, exactly,
You know,
exactly.
you're a pro at failing. We're all pros at failing. But
But
stepping into that light and that power and that
yeah.
purpose, that's like a whole
Well,
nother.
going to that saying, Miriam Will that said, I remember hearing it and I was like, what? And I've heard it and I've heard it more than once. I'm like, why would I be afraid of something in my power? And until I learned more so my life coach certification, it's not the conscious level you don't afraid, it's the unconscious level that where you don't want to. And I finally had the experience of it a couple months ago and I was like, wait. Now and I really had to sit and be with myself and go, let me really feel into that saying, the quote, and really go and really dive deep in power. And I felt an actual fear. And I went, oh, that's where it is. It's on that unconscious level that you're afraid, but you're not aware of it. Because I was like, I'd be afraid of ultimate power. It makes no sense. It's beneath the surface that where you go, oh, that's where I really thought
Oh,
about it. And I went,
yeah.
and all these things come up. Oh my God, what if I use it and I screw it up? What I can't handle it. And I was like, oh, that's where it's coming from.
Yeah.
That's good
So for
shit.
for those of you who are listening and you don't know this quote that we're talking about, I'm just going to reference it because it is the opening quote in my book. Hilariously that we're talking about it.
Go
So
buy her book. Duh.
it is
I
firethatbitchbook.com. So
like it.
so it's written by Marianne Williamson and it's her book is A Return to Love, Reflections on the Principles of A Course in Miracles, which was the second book or the book that she was writing about.
Yeah.
And so the quote is, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you.
Mm.
We're all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Just sit with that for a minute.
This has been like the most like truth bombs dropped in any podcast I've done before. Like it's back to back to back to back. Like Stacy, you should just charge people to talk all the time.
I
Forget
know,
marketing is what you do, but like just be like,
right? But that's, I mean, that this is the magic, right?
yeah.
This is what happens when you're willing to step into that level of ownership and embodiment of yourself. It's what I call being influential, right? That's the
Oh, that
highest
would make.
form of leadership.
I just got that one too. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh,
Yes,
oh
Stacy's
my God.
company is called Influential. Her next book is all about how to be influential.
No one hires you for marketing. They hire you for life coaching. They don't realize it. Like, well, if you really want to get down to why you're not closing the leads, is because
Yes.
you don't believe you're good enough. You be influential, and because of that,
Yes.
we'll address these in the system or whatever. However you
Well,
talk.
but that's why I say I specialize in mind and business unfuckery
Ooh,
because, right? It is nothing is really stopping the external success about except for something internal
internal. You're right.
that's
No,
driving the behaviors that are or are not serving you.
exactly. No, I was gonna say because we talked about this before. Like, why do you think the whole mindset thing is bullshit? Or you
Oh
didn't
yeah.
say that, yeah, but like
Oh.
it's bullshit. I was like, it really is. It's not. It's not. To me, the way I look at it, it's the doorway to get you started. It's not the just take a mindset pill. You'll be fine. It's like that doesn't. It doesn't really. No, no. Just go in the house. It'll build itself. You won't do anything. It's like. You just have to clean the house out.
Right? It is.
You have to do maintenance. Just because like my mindset's gonna be it'll fix everything. But anyways, I'm gonna stop talking.
No, we did have that conversation. I think it's kind of what inspired this. And it was I was saying how everybody thinks they need a better mindset. And I'm like, it's total BS. It's complete bullshit. And
Yep.
it's a lie keeping you stuck. It's keeping almost everyone stuck. And that's one of 6 lies that I specifically was referring to recently because I hear people say it all the time. And so, if you're watching this live or the replay, drop in the comments if you have ever said or thought any of these to yourself that in order to be successful, right? And this is all the stuff all the gurus are speaking from stage and all the motivational podcasts and all the things everybody's yelling and regurgitating all the time. But if you've ever said, oh, well, I just need to improve my mindset, or like, I need a better mindset, right? To be successful, or I just need more discipline. I need to be more consistent. I just need more consistency, right? Then I'll be successful. I need more willpower. Do you
Oh,
like all my characters coming out? I've done those too.
I like it. I
I've
know
done
you're
those
also
like
an actress. This is great. Keep going. Just do it all.
right. I just need to be more oh wait, no. Hold on. Wait. Let me Clark Kent this for a second, right? I just need to be more focused.
You should do reels on these.
I need
Each
to,
one.
right? Well, see, I don't. This is leverage. I'm just going to steal this from this today.
Hey, you
Edit it
are.
from here, right?
You are focused.
Last one. I just need more accountability. Or I just need to be more accountable, right? To be successful. All 6 of those are bullshit lies keeping you stuck. And the reason is every single one of those is a skill set, which means it is a result, not a starting point.
Right.
None of those are a starting point. And if you believe they're a starting point, it's why you stay stuck.
Mm.
Just sitting with that because you build discipline. It's a result of taking the actions that you need to take, regardless of whether or not you feel like it. Side effect, if you do that repeatedly, it creates this thing called consistency. And again, your mindset is built over time. It is a skill set that is developed from mastery. Emotional intelligence means you can experience the triggers and the emotions. You just don't react to them. They don't drive your behavior. You are consciously choosing the actions you take to support your long-term goals instead of instant gratification and self-soothing the discomfort you're feeling in the moment with something called sabotage.
Mm. I wish it had the bomb explosion. Every single time, like that one guy does in the podcast. I'm like, damn, that's really
Uh,
good.
yeah, you need to like hit the little applause.
Yay!
Yay!
Or like, or
The
the
sound
horn.
effect.
I was like, oh yeah, just do that. I did that one time. It was
Pew,
pretty
pew,
cool.
pew,
For
pew.
exactly fireworks. One day then we'll have that or another platform. But like, this is
I
great.
don't know. I mean, come on. We opened with sound effects. We're just rolling out the sound effects. We got the characters, we got the costumes. I mean,
I'm
it's
the
like
director. I'm like
full.
Stacy, do this. You're like, okay, yeah, it's good. Good. Do more of that. Act like a tiger. Rawr, you know. Exactly. This is gonna be a fun one.
And just think, all of us are completely sober. We're just that high on life.
I didn't think about that. That's true. We're sober. Imagine
We're just
me.
totally goofy.
You know what? Someone told me I should do a podcast kind of drunk, and I'm like, that's a good idea, but I
Mhm.
need to do it with just veterans.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
I've
that'd be
seen
fire.
I've done the drinks one where it's like brew business and brews
But yeah,
and
business and
you know
brews.
the beer.
But you have to drive to that one. I'd rather be in the
Oh no, no, no.
home.
It was a virtual, like
Oh, okay.
they were in the Northwest. I mean, they
Oh,
were in like
wow.
Seattle and it was a virtual podcast interview. I'm like, no, no, I brought my stuff. So I was like, hey, this is my favorite cider. You know, like
Ooh,
I was
cider. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
promoting mine, my hard
Nice.
cider.
Well, I shouldn't talk about that. I'm on a 3-day fast till well Wednesday. So yeah,
Oh, there you go.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I
heading
need to
into
do it.
cleansing time too.
Yeah, it's a time, and I should have done this like right before Thanksgiving, but I'm like, nah, I need to do it now. I could always do it again, which I probably won't, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I need to
Three
clean up
day
the body.
3 day water fast is good.
That's what I'm doing.
I think we're gonna do the juice reboot where it's like 20 days with juicing and then
That sounds easy.
in the spring it is. And then
Yeah,
in the
because
spring we'll do the 40-day metabolic reboot.
oh, what is? I've heard that. What is? Who is that with? Who? What is it? Because I've heard it, but I don't know
Um,
what it is.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's a really, really low fat, low carb. It's kind of like it's similar to the master fast. It's just very, very, very restricted in the what you eat when you eat. It's like twice a day, 4 ounces of meat, 4 ounces of specific veggies, four
Okay.
ounces of fruit. It's like really restricted. It's been adapted into a few different things that are medically monitored
Mhm.
for weight loss. So what's nice about it though is because it's so restrictive, what it ends up doing is catalyzing your endocrine system to completely reset itself.
Mm.
So it rebalances the cortisol, the adrenals, the thyroid, so your sleep, the inflammation goes away. Every time I do it, I lose 20 pounds and I'm like, I didn't even know I had 20 pounds to lose. But it's inflammation. It's
Yeah, inflammation.
inflammation.
Yeah.
It's like gut and it's
Hmm.
fat, visceral fat on your organs. So like that kind of stuff.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
feel like that'd be easy because like when you fasting's like you just don't eat and you get used to
Yeah.
that. Then it's like, oh, I can do a juice cleanse. I get to
Hmm.
consume something. Ha! Game over. Let's go for it. At least I get to consume something
Yeah.
versus just you can have water and some supplements and that's it. I get to consume juice. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I can look into
And
that.
coconut water and tea. And it's like a lot of and your regular water.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, we got the Enagic machine, so our water's like top notch. But I'll check that out because that's something that'd be different to really
Hmm.
like I said, reset the body. All fasting does because I need to do like 3 days. I've always thought about doing it for like the longest done it was 4, and I was like, I'm good. I don't go more beyond 4. It's like it is what it is. Um, Next thing I wanted to bring up was because I had a list of ideas in my mind that I memorized just for you, no one else, just for Stacy. Um, you had mentioned about the nervous system. Why is that a
Mhm.
big deal, and why do you think people don't really understand or know more about, you should really work on resetting it, whatever, because that
Yeah.
helps us so much.
Okay. So great question. I'm
I
glad
know.
I'm glad you're prepared with your notes and you brought them with you.
You're damn right.
See, he plays like he's not prepared at the beginning and he's
Yes,
totally
it
full of
creates
it because
great
he
acting.
really
I'm not
is.
prepared. Oh, this question. I want to ask
You
you this
know.
one. What
Yeah, no.
happened to the thing back in the day of the tin hat and the conspiracy theory? You're like, let me tell you that story.
Exactly.
Anyways.
So, kind of in my previous stories, I've already alluded to behavior. And really, at the core, everything's about the behaviors you're taking. And people get so lost in the root aspect of like the thoughts, the feelings, the beliefs that are all beneath the surface. You know, you think of it like an iceberg. You see the actions above the water.
Right.
And if you go above the iceberg, you actually see the results, like the money in the bank account, the weight on the scale, like
Yeah.
whatever the quality of your relationships, whatever the goals are, doesn't matter. But it's all the stuff beneath the surface of the iceberg, you know, because it's the thoughts that drive your behavior. Hence the quiet your inner critic and finally believe you're good enough if you want to change your life and your legacy. So it's the thoughts that are driven by the feelings. And keep in mind, this is not emotions, right? Emotions are energy in motion. So it's just that first split second trigger.
You're
That's
the
all.
only person I've come across, interrupt, I gotta shout it. You're the only person I've come across in my entire life because I got in a book that said emotion is short for energy and motion. You're the
Yeah.
only person that said that. So you understand. Anyways.
Yes, yes, yes. So this was important for me to, I understood that emotions and feelings were different. And thankfully I've had so many experts in my life and my own coaches and mentors that help me understand. And then me being the consummate science nerd, I'm always researching because I want to understand myself so I can help others too. So the energy in motion, you think of like that initial trigger. There is a physical response to a
Yeah.
stimuli, right? Some stimulus, whatever it is. And it may or may not be a positive initial response, right? Like somebody jumps out at you and you get startled, right? That's
Yeah.
that initial emotion of like, oh, right? And then they were being funny and you see them and, then you might start laughing.
Right.
Sometimes people don't start laughing because the feeling is the story and the meaning you assign to the experience. Somebody may not call you back. What's the story you start telling yourself, right? Based on that feeling. If you feel the sense of rejection, then we start telling ourselves this story like, who am I to do that, right? I'm
Right.
the imposter. But that core belief at the root, this is your worldview. But that belief of either I'm a not enough or I am enough is driven by your nervous system. It's wild. If you are in survival state, constant fight, flight, freeze, or fawn because your stress is elevated, you cannot be in an abundance mindset. It's not possible. It is biologically impossible to be in a thrive state of mind, which is abundance, collaboration, right?
Right.
Creative problem solving, right? Seeing opportunities, stepping back and seeing opportunities. Instead, when you're in survival, when your stress is elevated, and I don't know about you, but pretty much everybody in this freaking world that we know is pretty stressed the F out, right?
Oh my God.
So when you're in that survival state, it's automatically driven from fear and survival. So it's vigilance, it's exhausting you. So think all of us veterans have this PTSD, right? But everybody is really functioning in that trauma state. This is survival.
Mhm.
And it's just causing all of the sabotage behavior. So if the behaviors are what you see and you want to change that core belief or change the behavior, you have to change the core belief. Most people never focus on shifting out of survival brain. So you're sitting here working with this mindset coach trying to change your core beliefs. But if your biology is telling you chronically unsafe, unsafe, your worldview is negative. And I know a lot of positive people who are actually functioning from that negative worldview.
Mm.
That is that core belief system because they're in this chronic physiological trauma state. So if you do not reset your nervous system, it is impossible to step into thrive. Then the cascade of all the things that come from it, which are like the abundance mindset and manifesting and money and success and love and all the things. It is a tiny little switch in your body that you actually have control over. But if you don't learn how to activate it, you will constantly be beating against the same wall. And this is what turns into every battle you're fighting externally is a symptom of the war you're waging against yourself.
No, 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 yeah, just spirit fingers. Come on, give me just yeah, spirit fingers.
Spirit fingers and jazzy hands.
Yes, yes, yes. Anyways, I don't know what that was. No, you're right on that. So I just I
It's
tell
called a
people,
physiological response to a mic drop moment.
I know, oh my God.
You just had a nervous system
What I did, I was like, oh, it's great. What was that? You didn't get that, Jim? Oh. You don't spaz out and get some good shit in your system? Like, no, what the fuck?
That just happened.
This happened. I'm like, anyways, I was gonna say, no, you're right on that because when I tell people in my videos and credit and like the whole, you basically like you don't get the root cause of what causes if you don't get a root cause of why you have bad credit and also the self financial behavior and stuff, you are fighting yourself. And the thing I say is that like you and then when you fight yourself, you will always end up winning and losing at the same damn time. You will lose in terms of, well, you lost what you want, but you also win because you're also fought to keep yourself in the same state and keep yourself safe.
Yep.
It's a
Yeah.
shitty place to have to experience over and over and over again. But how does one reset their nervous system?
So it's this beautiful thing. A lot of people know that when you're stuck in your head, right, you do these exercises to get into your body and kind of balance yourself out, right? So the thing is, it's not as simple as just activating your senses. It helps, right? People will tell you, like, all right, if you need to calm down, just like take some deep breaths, right? Just breathe. Or, hey, like rub your fingers together, or, doing something that starts engaging your senses.
Yeah.
The thing that I like to kind of describe it is instead of just engaging your senses, shift into experiencing your senses. So, positive intelligence as a practice, as a book, as a methodology does this really well when they teach this. So I always recommend, reading that book or doing the app, but it's basically saying, okay, you're going to rub your fingertips together, but now you're going to pay such focus and intention to your fingertips that you're going to notice the ridges on each fingertip. Right? So if you do that, and then because now it's forcing you to slow down. When you start experiencing your senses, there's nowhere else you're going to be but in that present moment. It's
Right.
impossible to think about anything else. So it's like taking the deep breath, but you're noticing the temperature change. What's the temperature of the air coming in the nose versus out of the nose? Feeling the expansion of every rib, of the abdomen, of the chest, right? Wiggling your toes and finding each of your toes in space to your body. So you're experiencing the senses. If you're listening, you're trying to hear what's the sounds the furthest away versus the closest one, which is probably your breathing. Right?
I would hope so. If not, you're not
Yeah.
breathing, then you're dead
If
or not
that's not the
conscious.
closest sound, that might be something you need to get checked out. Um,
Or I'll call the ambulance. Like, yeah.
I just brought all my personalities. Um, so the beautiful thing is once you engage your senses, it pulls you out of your mind and out of that stressed state. You can feel it. And I love watching when I do this from stage, when you see everyone in the room all of a sudden anchor in
Mm-hmm.
and just their energy just goes boom and they're all present. because everybody had 20 tabs open in their head before that moment.
Yep.
And that's that stress state. So when you shift out of survive and into the thrive mind, now you can see more creative solutions to getting to where you want to go. It's how you can get success with less effort because now you're constructively thinking, then planning, then executing.
Like it.
Yeah.
Again, it's all internal, and then you can flow from there. Then you can
Yeah.
be influential from there.
Influential.
The new fragrance by Stacy Raske. It's key.
Probably. I mean, we'll have influential life, influential style. It'll just be this whole empire. Just Martha Stewart that shit.
Influential branding, clothing,
Yeah.
kitchenware.
So, well, I told the hubs, I was like, dude, we've got to have a food and travel blog or something because, with his smoking the meats, and then we made the raw cat food for our
Mm.
highly sensitive cats. And then, we just are always cooking. We're like, why go to hot pot? We made hot pot at home the other night. Like, just why not?
Influential
Like, we're always just
everything
doing
in your
crazy
life.
stuff.
You'll become the next like Apple or Amazon, where it's just part of the norm. We have everything now.
Yeah,
You
we
go
have
from marketing
everything.
to like books to this.
Oh, there you go. Well, I was just thinking Martha Stewart, because she's got Live It, she's got the magazine, and
That's what I'm
she's
saying.
got
Like,
the
yeah, that's
business,
a you'll
and
be
yeah,
doing that. Like you
there
have
you go.
the scene, you have the clothes, the cooking, everything else, the marketing, the
The
books.
YouTube channel for influential styles, so you can own your brand style. Because I don't know about you, but pre-entrepreneurship, I really didn't have to try to look like I had my shit together. So it was sort of effort to learn how to look like my brand and my business. And you
Look
see
the
it all the
part.
time. A lot of entrepreneurs, even guys, like really struggle. Like, what is my brand identity and that aesthetic that you want to exude with your business?
I don't know right now. I'm gonna answer
Yeah.
the question. I gotta figure it out.
Yeah,
I already
are you one of the guys who's like the jeans and the t-shirt with the blazer? Is it are you always the hat and the hoodie guy? Are you
Pat
gonna
and the hoodie
do
guy.
more, like
Yeah.
Unabomber chic? Like it's a thing. I don't know.
Unabomber chic. I've never heard that term. Looks a little Unabomber chic.
Little sunglasses.
You should probably not wear that. Not change it up.
I don't know. I
I
feel like somebody with streetwear would totally revamp that.
You
It'd be
know what though?
cool.
I can totally see this being like an ad on YouTube or something. And
Hmm.
the Unabomber chic, the hat and the hoodie with the glasses on, it goes, before you click off this ad, let me tell you the number one thing about your market, your jack, like something like very intense. You'll be like, what is
Yeah.
this? Have you tried this, and this, and this? It doesn't work. You know why? Because you suck. I'm gonna tell you why. It's like it's just
Because you
because
suck.
you suck. It would be
Just in
something
case your inner critic didn't tell you,
to tell
I'm
you.
just confirming.
Why do you suck at marketing? Because you haven't hired me. It'd be like it was what the last ad I saw was but Alex or Mersey
Oh,
or
with the Cybertruck?
no, I didn't see that one. No,
Oh, okay.
he
That's
what
the
he
one
did
I keep seeing.
what the one he did he copied off of what Old Spice did with the whole um look at my hand there. And now that says diamonds. The diamonds like the old ones back in the day with the one black guy, I forget his name. They were hilarious.
Yeah.
It would be random thing. That's what he did. And I went, I see what he did. This is
Mhm.
perfect. This is your bingo. This is my bingo. This is your bingo sucks because you didn't work with me and I'm doing this now. I was like, it's
But
so
what's
funny.
funny, he's doing what Ryan Reynolds has been doing for years.
What is that?
Fast marketing, taking something that's really, really hot in the moment and then crafting a spin off of it that's you're capitalizing on the SEO of
Hmm.
what's getting all the traction, but it's getting the eyes on your product or service.
Mm.
So the one somebody I'd seen a video recently, they were talking about him doing that, and they were talking about how he made a funny ad spinning off of the big Christmas gift of the Peloton, and it was something for like his Mint Mobile or aviation gin, like who knows, I don't even remember what it was, but I was like, oh, that's genius, because it's a lot of what we do in the back end with the SEO. It's like if you can capitalize on the virality of something of the moment really quickly. you can get a lot of eyes on your stuff. But the big thing I tell people all the time is like, I'm not a marketer. I think I told you guys that on the
Yeah, you
call,
did. Yeah,
right? I
I
was
was like,
like, I
what? You're not?
am
You're like,
not a
no.
marketer.
I help people with branding and strategic systems, and then I have
So
personalities. I'm just kidding.
it is, yes, I have a systems and automations agency is one component to what I do, but it's very simple. People are building the plane while they're flying it. So what ends up happening is all of the aspects of your business become compartmentalized, which means compartmentalized business, compartmentalized systems, compartmentalized results. So we have a very holistic approach where we're integrating and streamlining and optimizing all of the aspects of your business so that you can increase performance and profit. So, but it's every one of those issues in the business are a reflection of the internal compartments, right?
I
If
see you did
you,
there. I see
yeah,
you did there. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the internal compartmentalization.
It's
So yeah, it's
only a
always,
reflection of you at the end of the day. Yeah.
yeah, it's all a mirror reflection.
Oh, here comes my first
But it's
coach.
nice. But it's nice working with founders and then rolling into working with the team and the organization. It's right, the time, the team, and the tech. And we're hitting all of it. And it's nice.
What was I gonna say? As you said that, or but
But yes, wait, your first coach, you haven't had a coach yet?
no, I have. Well, what I was gonna say was it reminds
Oh,
me of my very first coach I had back
okay.
in like over 10 years ago.
Okay.
And to this day, I have this in my fucking voice and in my head. It never goes away. And the way I remember it, and she'd always say this to me was how you do one thing is how you do everything. At first, like that's bullshit. She kept saying it over and over. Now to this day, it will not leave my mind. How you do one thing, how you do everything. I'm like, shut up. Even though you're correct.
Lowest standard, right? But that's it. That is when you're in that survival brain, it's all about your floor, not your ceiling. Everybody's so busy focusing on the big goals and maximizing the potential and blah, 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 blah. Problem is, if you're so busy focused on that, but you never raise the floor, it's why you can hit the big goal and then bam, sabotage 2 steps back. Because guess what? You didn't raise the floor,
Right,
bitches. You
right,
gotta bring that up. When
right.
you raise the floor, that is the lowest minimum standard, which means that is what drives your daily actions and behaviors. When you shift to focusing on raising your floor, when even something small like picking up the towel or the clothes off the floor after the shower, putting things away, right? Just the little tiny things. That is raising that standard because how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Why'd you have to say it after I said that? That's not cool.
So, so every one of those tiny little energy leaks, those little drains, those little lower standards show up as profit leaks in the bank.
Mm. Oh,
Every one of
another
those
one.
every one of those energy leaks in your calendar, 5 minutes over, 10 minutes late, just finished this, wait, hold on, right? All that, every one of those tiny little energy leaks, profit drain shows up in the bank account.
Yeah, this is not what I thought was. I didn't know what to expect in this episode, but I didn't think it was gonna go like this direction. It's good. It's
Like,
it's 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 good, truthful things that's deep, but it's like, wow, we really went somewhere, and I got another one to shoot today. This is gonna be good.
it's
So this next one,
yeah,
the next
it's
one, I'm
the
about to be like, yo, you better come hard because I had a deal with Stacy Raske, and you step your game up, bro.
set the bar high.
Yeah, should
But
have pretty
see,
damn high.
this is the nice stuff, that's why I always tell people is like, look, people are gaslighting you, people are lying to you to feed the money machine to keep buying into the BS and keep you stuck. I am the no BS straight shooter that is showing you the fastest way to results and consistency long term because we're actually addressing the root and you're not doing the compartmentalized work. It's doing the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, social, environmental, professional, all at the same time. But it's actually by doing less, not more. because hustle culture will say you're not doing enough.
Oh god, I got sucked in
Oh,
that shit.
yeah,
But it's so easy to get sucked in that. We don't know any better. You think, okay, cool, that makes sense because as an employee, you were told to hustle and do more. So you think, okay, I have to do the same thing, and it's totally not the same thing. It's a completely different beast. It's like, yeah, you got to do more of the inner work, and then
it's
this
the
will
shifting out
flow.
of the survival brain
Yep,
because that keeps you in flight, which is hustle. So the fight, flight, freeze, and fun. You see the freeze, analysis paralysis, procrastination, avoidance,
yep,
right? Fawn, no boundaries,
yep.
right? Fight, steamrolling everybody and taking over and I'll just do it myself. I want it done right.
I swear to God, you need to like go. You need to go like do like a one woman play or something. Different person. You should have been a psychologist, Robin.
Entrepreneur live.
Exactly. She has to be the marketer. This person. It's like, and she does it also. Wow, wow.
Chief everything officer on stage.
On stage, the light goes out. You show up with something different. Goes out again. You're a different person. It's like, wow, she's really good.
That's so funny.
Influential. The Broadway show.
How to I love it. I love it.
Everything
That's so funny.
officer. Part one. There's a part one. What's part two?
Yeah,
You'll find out.
part two, you learn to delegate.
Yeah, exactly.
Systems, strategy, delegation.
That should be your
Tracy.
next perfume. Systems and strategies. The
It's
perfume
wait,
is
it's a suite. It's the fragrance suite.
yeah, freaking sweet. That's what it is. That's what it'll be.
Systems like very
Ooh, systems. I
grounded,
like yes.
like
Systems are ground you.
earthy.
Mm.
Strategy is going to be a little spicy, right? And then and then we'll have kind of that sassy.
What's the one I can sleep well at night? You want this one? Relax.
Oh,
Done.
vetiver. I'll definitely have some undertones of vetiver. So you calm the fuck
Freaking
down.
sweet. Like, I can see the commercial. You're just like you're on the beach, just walking around aimlessly, the wind blowing your hair, not looking at anything, just like having a serious ass look in your face, and it's like, what the fuck? I'm growing up. Those commercials make no sense. I'm like,
No. And we're going into the holidays, so it's going to be full of like random fragrance commercials with like Johnny Depp,
or Channing Tatum, like
Channing Tatum,
who's like preparing to sprint. I'm like,
or
where or why? I don't know where, but it makes no sense. There's
yeah.
it just they're always looking like, and then I'm like, how does this make sense? Because I don't want to buy it. Someone's buying it, but what emotional trigger is someone going, oh, I should buy that one because I'll smell good and
Mhm.
look the same. I don't, whatever.
I
I
will
mean,
look like David Beckham when you have that right cologne or watch.
for me to look like David Beckham would require a lot of fucking work. And I'd look worse. They'd be like, one, you need to lighten up your skin tone, change your hair, all that shit. That's not gonna work for me. I can just be
Well,
me. I can try to
there
look
you
like
go.
T'Challa from Black Panther a little
There
bit,
you
a
go.
little darker, yeah. But still, I don't want to do that. I'll just be me. But
Right,
anyway,
because you're owning your personal brand.
exactly. I'm the guy that wears regular clothes and talks to people about credit and stuff.
And
Every now
every
and then I'll dress up. And they're like, oh, everyone's like, oh shit, you're wearing a shirt and tie. I'm like, yes.
Oh my God, I know. My Halloween costume. People are like, I didn't even recognize you. I'm like, that's a good costume.
Well, I saw him. Is that Stacy? I was like,
Yeah.
yes, Stacy. I was like, I like it. It fit. I
Yeah.
don't know. It fit you. I don't know why. It just did. I
Mhm.
was like, cool.
Yeah.
This is Halloween. Anyway, so with that being said, Stacey, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for being on. Is there anything else you'd like to share with on this episode?
We had so many mic drop
I
moments for
know.
sure.
I
For
need to get
those
an actual sound because of you, just be whatever it is.
the little sound effect
Yeah.
studio thing plugged in. For those of you who found any of the insights and ahas and information valuable that I shared today, I have a kind of the core of all the things Stacy Raske at, oddly enough, stacyraske.com. If you search me on the old interwebs, I come up. It's me. I have a branded name. It's pretty much.
I
And if you
hope it's you, not
message
someone
me,
else. Is this you, Stacy? It
well,
doesn't.
no, if I went by my married name, it's really generic. So, like, I'm not going to be, it sucks for SEO. Thankfully, I branded appropriately. If you
Firethatbitch.com.
Google, yeah, exactly. So, but there's a lot there. There's some free resources. You can get get on my calendar, get some demos if you're interested in any of the services that we offer. You can go over there and learn more. Grab a copy of my book on Amazon. There's also a link on stacyraske.com to my book. But most importantly, just remember, success is only as hard as you make it. And when you're willing to lean back and look at what are these root drivers to the behavior and say, okay, if there's behavior you don't want, what are the conditions you need to change one or two steps ahead? That's it, to elicit the outcome that you want, and just calm the stress. Everything changes.
Boom. I hope everyone appreciated the really fake ass sound effects Casey wants, but it's whatever. We're veterans. We can do that shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's 3-day weekend too. I forgot.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
America. Fuck yeah.
What? I am voting tomorrow, so go vote. I don't care who you vote for, just vote. We fought for the right to
That's true. I could say it, just go and do
democracy.
it.
Well, not like the right to vote, but like the fact that we have these freedoms.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't like, I was over there, yeah, writing the Declaration of Independence now.
That's a long time. I don't know how you still look. You don't look a day past whatever age. I don't know how you did that
I
shit. So
know, right? Not a day over 200. Mm-mm.
she's turned 29 again. God damn it! How'd she do it? Because I
Right.
reset my central nervous system, and then I also do a metabolic reset every single year, exactly on February 1st. That's what I do.
Oh my God.
And then I
I
do a
love
juice
it.
cleanse right after that because I'm fucking awesome. That's what I do.
Your Stacy impersonation. I
Okay.
appreciate yours way better than my
I hope
husband's.
so. And then
My
and
my
then
husband makes me sound like a Skeksis.
this is how men make women die. And then I do a system delegation analysis and I tell them my clients, and then they do it. And then I tell them, look, if this is all fucked up, it's because this is all kind of, I won't say
Fucked
fucked
up.
up. It's kind of dirty. You got to clean it out. And then you can,
Because
be
how you do one
influential.
thing is how
How you
you
do
do
one thing, how you do
it.
everything because it's influential. It's my new brand. Yeah, it's great. Everybody. Woo, let me drink my jug of water.
Oh,
Oh, hydrated.
oh yes.
Hashtag,
Hydrate.
hashtag
Hydrate.
hydrated.
I need some gallon jugs, influential jugs. Since we're branding everything influential. Universe.
Next time I have you on
Ver-
again, I'll look at the jug. I'm like, what does that feel with, Stacy? You'll be like, it's cider. Is there anything else in that mix of cider? You'll be like,
My
no.
white or my clear beverage. Yes, no, it is not vodka or gin. It is
That's on
just water.
that's on the Friday shows or Saturday
Oh,
ones.
yeah.
Ooh, I should do
I
like
like that.
a sit down Saturday and we just be like, bring your beer, bring whatever, and we just bullshit. But anyways, I'm going too long. I'm done. Thank you, Stacey. You're awesome. Everyone else, goodbye.